Michael Carter Williams became the NBA Rookie of the Year in 2013, but since then he's disappeared from the league. Standing 6'6" with versatility offensively and defensively, it seemed like Carter Williams had it all. He could be the future of any team and honestly, the future of the league. He came onto the basketball scene with a bang, but things quickly fell apart for him. Just a few years after being drafted, Michael Carter Williams is pretty much forgotten by everyone. So how did this happen? What went wrong for Michael Carter Williams? And where is he now? To understand how people could be so excited about Michael Carter Williams, it's important to go back more than a decade. Back then, the Sixers were the laughingstock of the league. They were consistently coming up short and remained at the bottom of the Eastern Conference standings. But general manager Sam Hinkie had a message for the fans. Trust the process, he said. He swore that he would get the team the players it needed to thrive. Everyone just had to wait and be patient.
Are you starting to trust the process?
Hell no.
With that in mind, every move the Sixers made before the draft was closely monitored by fans. So when Michael Carter Williams popped up on their radar, they had a lot of hope. He was seen as one of the early centerpieces for the Trust the Process experiment. He would be the first of many, and the team promised he would be the face of the franchise moving forward. As you can imagine, that was a lot of pressure for Carter Williams, but he was ready to take it on and show the fans what he had to offer. After being drafted as the 11th pick, loyal Sixer fans were pumped and prepared to see what he could do. Right off the bat, he got to work. On his debut on October 30th, 2013, he put up 22 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds, and 9 steals in a win over the Miami Heat. Remember, the Heat were the defending champions at the time, so this win was even more impressive, and it felt that Michael Carter Williams, or MCW, as many people called him, had arrived. The process was being trusted, but was the process going to pay off? During his rookie year, he averaged almost 17 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals per game. He earned 4 triple-doubles in his rookie season, becoming the first rookie since Magic Johnson to achieve that. That was remarkable and easily good enough for Rookie of the Year, an entry into the All-Rookie team. At that moment, it seemed that the Sixers had found their young franchise player and their key to an exciting new chapter. But even with people high on Carter Williams, there were signs of trouble in his game. For example, he shot just 26.4% from the three-point range during his rookie year, which was shockingly low. Additionally, a few people pointed out that he wasn't great at spacing the floor, and his decision-making was questioned too. While most Sixer fans felt that Carter Williams was the future, these problems were just a sign of things to come. The 2014-2015 season was the beginning of Michael Carter Williams' downfall. His shooting flaws became more glaring, and the team's front office started to get frustrated. MCW wasn't progressing like a great young player should. Instead, he was completely plateauing. Because of that, they started to look at other options, and even moved him to the bench a few times in favor of other guards. Then in February 2015, just a year and a half into his career, Carter Williams was sent to the Milwaukee Bucks as part of a 3-team trade. This was a shock to many, because he was supposed to be the future of the Sixers, and now he was already on a different team less than 2 years into his NBA career. For a moment, Milwaukee fans and analysts were excited for what could come next. This was supposed to be a new start, a chance to turn things around, and make the 76ers regret their choice to let him go. Instead, things just went from bad to worse. Perhaps he was filled with doubt, or maybe he wasn't comfortable in Milwaukee's lineup. Whatever the reason, Michael Carter Williams' time with the Bucks was filled with ups and downs and serious issues with his performance. The things that bothered him before persisted in Milwaukee, with his shooting problems continuing and his defensive deficits looking even more obvious. This was right around the time that Giannis Antetokounmpo was coming onto the scene and the Bucks were changing for the better. They didn't have time or patience for players who couldn't find their footing. Sadly, that was Carter Williams, who clearly wasn't helping on either end of the court. He couldn't produce a solid jump shot, and he couldn't create stops either. As we all know, shooting is the most important skill, especially for a guard in the modern NBA. Carter Williams was unable to consistently shoot from the perimeter. which made him a huge liability on offense. And if he also can't play defense, he has no place in the NBA. Injuries were starting to add up too. At this point, his career was being hampered by shoulder and hip issues that were plaguing him again and again. This limited his ability to play often, and it forced his team to make plans without him. So when he was healthy, the coaching staff had already moved beyond him. This formed a huge mess for Carter Williams. He was inefficient, unreliable, not developing his skills. And there were several brief glimpses of brilliance, reminding fans that there was talent in there somewhere. But Carter Williams just couldn't keep it up game after game. He'd be good one game, then horrible the next. The Bucks just ran out of space and time for Michael Carter Williams, especially with Giannis heating up so much, so they made a tough choice and traded him, this time to the Chicago Bulls. Time for a new chapter? Sadly, that just wasn't the case. Yet again, Carter Williams continued to fall apart and was relegated to a bench role behind Rajon Rondo and Jerian Grant. He wasn't able to build a consistent role in Chicago, and that led to him moving around the league even more in the years ahead. He spent a single season with the Bulls before he bounced to the Charlotte Hornets, Houston Rockets, and Orlando Magic. The more he moved, the less he did. Carter Williams, who was scoring more than 16 points a game in his rookie year, was putting up less than 5 points a game during his final season with the Magic in 2022. At every stop along the way, fans kept hoping that he would finally act like the exciting player he once was. They were expecting he would adapt his game, take himself more seriously, and lean on his coaching staff to get back on track. But that never happened, and slowly but surely, Carter Williams entered NBA irrelevancy. Less than 10 years after being Rookie of the Year, he was out of the league and played for the Magic's G League affiliate, the Lakeland Magic. He also spent time playing basketball overseas with a slight hope that he could someday play stateside again. That wasn't the case, and Carter Williams hasn't come back to the league since. Michael Carter Williams is a cautionary tale, a reminder that the NBA moves quickly, and all the promises and potential in the world won't mean a thing if a player can't stay consistent, and more importantly, grow and improve. He had a brief time in the spotlight, and for a short moment, was the talk of the NBA world. But Carter Williams is now gone, and is yet another sad tale that reminds basketball fans just how intense, competitive, and unforgiving professional sports can be. Do you remember Michael Carter Williams? Did you think he was going to be the next generation of the NBA? Is he one of the biggest draft busts ever? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more great basketball content. We'll see you in another video soon.